making a mess, yeah.
Pretty recently, I found a condom in my boyfriend's sock. I threw it at him. I was like, what the hell is this? Why is this in your sock? Of course, I was mad. I was upset. I was getting angry. So when we started our relationship, we started off with an open relationship. But I genuinely did not expect to fall in love with him like I did. Once I realized that I wasn't okay with the open relationship, I told him that I couldn't do it, that I needed the commitment. So he did tell me, when I thought we were in a committed relationship, that he had been with a couple other females. He's like, don't ask questions that you don't want the answers to.
Cap. Okay.
Cap.
In what ways? In what ways?
I can kind of tell what's going on with how he views the truth versus his version of things. And that happens a lot in relationships. And that usually is the miscommunication. And the part that creates miscommunication is just somebody's version of something being their truth does not, take away from the actual truth. So for him to blatantly just call her version of the truth cap is telling about how he's not willing to even see her side of things. And it's also telling that she needs to see what type of person he is and not try to communicate or be with this person, because that would be a very dismissive and invalidating relationship to be in, or at least on, no pun intended, on one hand, it would be one-sided. And on the other hand, it would be like, it seems like that person that wants it to work so bad doesn't care if it's one-sided. But I just peep. His intro already is telling alone.
So, like, let's say I be like, hey, here's this little gremlin, per se. All right, don't feed it after midnight, or it's gonna attack you. And then she feed it after midnight. And she don't like what it is now. She want to take it back to the gremlin shop. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
So,
I'm kind of there with you. But okay, kinda. So when you first started dating, you were in an open relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay. And she agreed to it? I heard her just say it. She agreed.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I said, look, you know what I'm saying? I am the driver. It's either you gonna ride or you gonna slide.
Okay. So she was like, this is what I want to do. And then she wanted more of a commitment.
Correct.
And what was your response?
Honestly, in my mind, I was like, she must want to entertain a fantasy, an idea, a fairy tale or something.
And what was the fantasy in your mind? Y'all just being together alone?
Right, yeah, we're gonna be in a monogamous relationship. Because I could have sworn I said what I said.
Okay.
I mean, as a grown man. You know
You're grown, yeah, you're grown. You said what you want to say.
You have to be a really, really, really strong soldier out here with your heart locked in a box, in an iron box. Because if you're trying to be in an actual commitment that like leans towards marriage and family and love and all that lovey-dovey stuff that most people like to make out to be a fairy tale, quotations around fairy tale, or something that's unattainable because it's just apparently unrealistic, even though it really happens in real life. It's just like a lot of people don't want to admit, unlike this man who's honest about his intentions and motives and what he wants to do in terms of monogamy or polygamy or whatever. But there's a lot of people that try to have this mask of like doing the family and love thing, and they don't really make that as clear and set as strong boundaries as they should with people that they can kind of tell catches feelings for them. Because on one hand, starting anything like friends with benefits or something that's open-ended, like open relationships and stuff, that shit just leaves room for one or both people catching feelings. And then if it ends up being one-sided in regards to the goals or the plan for the relationship in mind, or that was agreed on, it just leaves people feeling like they got tricked or played with or heartbroken unnecessarily. So it's like you have to really tell someone what you are about and actually move like that. And don't try to have your cake and eat it too. When you have open relationships with people that they are open to it ending or being more, And if there's somebody that's open for it being more, or open to it being more than just friends with benefits, you have to be careful, especially if you're not sure if you're open to that. But if you know that that person is open to any way it goes, just prepare for them not taking rejection so well, because it's not their fault or your fault if they catch feelings for you, but it's their fault if they knew beforehand the possibilities or the potential results with the due time and like experience and et cetera, just the natural flow of things is like you would tell. I was saying it's their fault, or they can take more of the blame for staying in something that makes them feel like it's not comfortable or conducive with their lifestyle or choices. It would be their fault because you willingly stayed somewhere where you knew it was like harmful and when one-sided, or just like you knew that, and you know, you making somebody feel like, well, being around them and being with them should be enough. If they catch feelings for you and you decide to still entertain them knowing that you're not a committal type individual, you would be kind of being just as bad as someone who's cheating on someone because you're leading someone on, and you're basically making them feel like you're compromising with them or trying to actually have something committed with them. And maybe it's not your dream or your fairy tale, but some people like a peaceful life and not chaos or just everything so open.
And did you agree to be monogamous?
I agreed to entertain a fairy tale.
You agree? Oh, so hold on. So here's the deception. So you agreed?
I mean,
You agreed?
to monogamy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay then. And then during that time when you agreed, did you then cheat on her? Were you talking to other women?
I did.
Okay then.
Yes.
So then why did you agree?
Why did I agree? Mm-hmm. Well, because.
See, I was on your side right until that point.
Well, because
Up until that point,
That's
I'm
the thing I was
like,
saying. I was like, I'm not trying to make it seem like men, they just want to do whatever they want, and it just, because usually if a man has an open relationship type mindset, or like he's not monogamous, people tell themselves that that man is just a whore, like, or even a girl that thinks like that is just automatically the worst case scenario. And sometimes it's people really want to protect somebody's feelings, or like they don't want to make somebody feel like let's say that person has a particular individual in mind, or like something that they're kind of worried about, or they don't want to bring up too much, or they do bring it up, and you just sort of have to reassure them as their friend, whatever the relationship started like, or however open or romantic or intimate the relationship is, or whatever. You have to still be that person's friend at the end of the day, and still be there for them and care for them, and not entirely make them feel like they're the dumbass for catching feelings. Like, that's just not fair to do to someone. You know, like trying to have your cake and eat it too. Even if that's not your intention, that would essentially be like the impact. Because if you really like someone, but they're just not on the wave that you're on, that is not their fault, or nothing's wrong with them, or nothing's wrong with you, or nothing's your fault. It's just, you gotta find where you fit.
she put me into a situation where I became dependent on her.
okay.
And to where, like, you know, I had.
Hold on, she put you in a situation and became dependent?
Well, yeah, because I moved out of my parents' house and I moved into her house.
Got it, okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
She showered me with gifts, and everything. You want to lie? Tell the truth.
Okay, no, I appreciate the truth. I appreciate the truth. We appreciate
Okay.
the truth.
I wanted to just quickly mention, I noticed it's not just men in life that do this, but I noticed there's these types of archetypes of men in these certain dynamics or relationships, and they really struggle with accountability, or like the point that someone's trying to make to them about how illogical or unfair something is, or unnecessary, or et cetera, et cetera. It's like, for example, if he's telling someone that someone put him in the spot to be codependent on them, I would only believe so if there were like weapons in his face and or threats surrounding him or around him, and he had nowhere to go. Then I would feel like, okay, yeah, that's kind of like knowing what situation you're in and taking advantage and trying to keep him there, codependent apparently. But he doesn't seem like that type. He seems like he could leave whenever he wants and go wherever he wants and go wherever he wants and be wherever he wants to be. But he just seems like he's comfortable with entertaining the fairy tale, let alone with staying with someone, because he's codependent on that anchor, that person that's always going to be there and let him do what he wants to do and still lets him be there and shower him with gifts and do this and that for him and with him, whatever. And I'm not saying she's crazy and dumb for doing that, or he's an asshole for being open when he said he's open. It's just a problem. It's a problem when he agrees to be monogamous with somebody that he can tell is taking care of things and being with him, being a real nice, helpful person in his life, and he's making it about something else. And then on top of that, finding the condom in the sock and then saying it wasn't used completely takes away the point that it was even there. Because if you're in a commitment with someone, y'all at that point should know, yes, what are you using condoms for? So then that's just my little 2 cents that I peeped about the way he communicates, because you may not see everything somebody does, but the way that they talk alone can really let you know how things happen outside of what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So tell me about the condom in the sock.
It wasn't used.
Okay. You play too much. Okay. So, but then after that, you two went back to having an open relationship. How did that conversation come about?
Well, because I kept just saying, this is what you agreed on when we first came into here, and I don't know why you would ever feel like I would have changed my mind.
But you did change your mind.
I started playing the game.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because
Does she date other people?
she can.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not about to keep you from your growth.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight up.
Okay. You don't like using labels in a relationship, my producer told me.
I do not.
Okay.
It's a form of control. Oh, you're my man. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I think I mentioned at some point, not everybody has to have the same fairy tale or layout for their life, or like nobody has to do what the next person's doing just because it looks right or it feels right, whatever. But at the same time, I will say he has a point when if you are in a commitment or like something with a label apparently, or I guess you can call it a label, there is some form of like control or like, what's it called, limitations to what you can like and do and be around and who you can be around and talk to. And that's just natural. Like that's just a specific part of life. Like that's just a part of, or that's just a game within the game that you can play or not play. Because some people just have different personalities and desires, and whatever dynamic works for them because that's what they want to do, not because somebody's controlling them or it's control. It's a choice of control.
Did finding the condom in his sock happen during the time you were committed to each other?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'd like to clarify a couple things that were said. One of my issues is he feels 100% that I manipulated him. I was in an open relationship before him. And I thought I'd be okay with it. I really did. Now, when I changed the rules, keep in mind, when I made him dependent on me, I didn't make him depend on me because, hold on, stop. See, this is what I deal with. He doesn't ever allow me to finish my speaking.
Did I say anything?
But you're about to.
No, I wasn't.
If we were at home, you would.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But he lost his birth certificate, he lost everything. So I was helping him get that. So yes, I made him dependent on me for the simple fact he couldn't find a job. He couldn't get one because we had to get his ID.
Well,
we had to get the
I would
birth
change the
certificate
language.
for
You
the
never
ID.
made him dependent on you.
Right.
No,
I
you
mean,
offered something and
I
then
helped him, right.
You helped.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with the way he communicates things. And I guess his version of things is pretty telling about who's actually being manipulative. And I'm not saying that with a negative connotation. I'm saying it like sometimes people don't mean to be trying to get the most they can out of a situation or someone, not because they're a user or a gold digger or a freeloader or a liar or a cheater or whatever it is. I mean, granted, she said she wanted him to try to rebuild the trust if they were to continue to try to be monogamous. But besides that, I'm saying the way he made it sound, he's shifting the blame towards her so much that it's almost like it's obvious that he's keeping himself somewhere where he feels like somebody wants him so bad, but he's free. He's a free bird. He's a free man. So I think he actually likes that feeling of having that mother-like love, like somebody wouldn't really leave or go anywhere ever. And then he's giving her like this pedestal effect where he has her like feeling like she's someone special to him when she's just the one that's putting up with it. And luckily she caught feelings for him because she's the one that got to help him with things that he really needed help with, and then he wants to weaponize the help that he got from her against her and make her seem like she is somebody that she's not, when he's being somebody that he's not or trying to be. Like he said, he entertained a fairy tale, and or his intentions were not matching his actions, or his motive wasn't matching what he said or would do.
When you decided to change the stipulations of the relationship, I didn't have a job at that time, and I just moved in. And what did you say?
And I told you, I will still be here to help you. It just won't be in the same way. Lie about this, lie about that. So I'm trying to rebuild trust. Now, if you can
But
tell
can I
me.
tell you something? It seems like hearing you talk that you're more concerned about what he wants than what you want. I'm really not getting any clarity.
So if I told you right now, I'm walking out the door, but I'll still be here to help. You know good and damn well I'll still be there in any form you need. I would not turn my back completely on you.
We're in a different stage of our relationship,
I get that. That's what I'm saying. So that's all I'm trying to ask. This is what I'm trying to accomplish.
What were your past relationships like?
I was married for 15 years, and I had an open relationship.
He got what he wanted.
So.
Exactly. I do more, but I get less than the person that was doing more. Like, come on, make it make sense.
That's a whole different story. But with that one, and he's right, he does a lot more for me than my ex did. He does. I'm not denying that.
But he get the favors.
But at the same time,
okay.
At the same time, I didn't love him the way I love Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
I never. And Adrian says.
Is it love or obsession?
Honestly, I just felt like what he just said was just kind of uncomfortable, in my opinion, because, just in my opinion, I don't know everything, but why is he thinking about what the last person that she was with or married to received from her? I mean, even tangibly or just in general. It's kind of just like he doesn't know who he is or what he wants. It seems like he really wants a commitment or like monogamy, but I don't think he's willing to jump in head first. Like he has cold feet, TBH. And also doing more anything you do for someone should not come with the expectation of something in return so blatantly. Now, I mean, people have standards and expectations and stuff that they either say or don't say, but him thinking about what someone else received under the impression that that person was giving less or more to someone is kind of disturbing, because you shouldn't be worried about what another man or another person that she was with received or got out of her, and then compare that to what you're getting out of her. You should just like her for what she does do for you, what she does bring, and how she does treat you now, having been with that last person. It's almost like, what do you want her to do? Prove that you're better than the last person? Or do you want to be with her? Because he shouldn't be taking advantage of her feelings and her desire for him in that way. just making it seem like she's not doing enough for him or doing what he expects in return for what he does for her. And it's just strange. Like, it's not crazy if she's just in a different emotional state or emotional or physical or mental state now after the fact, and he just wants her to be like okay with everything or just okay period, when it's okay to not be okay with certain things. Like, it's okay to say no, it's okay to change your mind, it's okay to catch feelings, but it's not okay to make somebody believe you're gonna be away and then totally betray them, not with the intention of that, but that basically. But yeah, my point really was, it shouldn't matter how much somebody's doing for you. You shouldn't count favors of one. You shouldn't compare certain favors to other favors. It should all feel and be genuine and appreciated. And then I was gonna say, anybody making you feel like you're not doing for them or giving to them what they're doing for you or giving to you, or making you feel like, oh, well, I'm doing all this for you and you're not doing insert something that they want you to do for them or do more of, or this or that. Already, that's just, you're not doing anything for that person. If you have expectations, you're doing it really for you. And then they might as well give the most to the person doing the least, because at least the person doing the least would be genuine about their approach. And genuine doesn't mean perfect, but it means somebody came to you with the correct intentions and they didn't make you have to second guess or feel like you're getting tricked or betrayed, or like they're hiding something, or there's anything wrong or anything that you have to look out for. It's like you already know what you're getting with genuine, authentic approaches. Even if it's somebody doing the least for you, it's still a better foundation than a lie and a truth at the same time.
It's love. Because I would love for you. I would do anything for you, which is why I've agreed to it, again, because I want you to be happy. At the end of the day... Are you
happy with him being in an open relationship?
I'm happy with every aspect of our relationship, with the exception of that. And I think I could...
So that means you're not happy?
But I think I could get happy if there was more honesty. Lie about this, lie about that. So I'm trying to rebuild trust. Now, if you can
but
tell me...
But can I tell you something? It seems like hearing you talk that you're more concerned about what he wants than what you want. I'm really not getting any clarity.
Because when you love someone... Hold on. Let me answer this.
Yeah, she seems like she loves him more than she loves herself, or she cares more about how somebody else feels than how she feels. And it's not a bad thing, but it's also kind of like a question or an eyebrow raise. It's like, if you really love someone, you have to be honest with them. So if you're not okay with things and you're acting like you're okay with things and you're just accepting things that you're not okay with, you don't really love them. You're just, you just like being around them, or you know what I'm saying? Because love is true. Like, love is not, it never feels like a question or like there's any concerns or heavy weight. Yeah, you should never be in no type of relationship or try to get into one where you feel like you care more about the other person feeling happy than you, or the other person feeling comfortable and you're not feeling comfortable, or what else? If you really love them more than you love yourself, basically, just in a nutshell, because she hasn't once really, like Karamo said, given real clarity about what her real motive is with doing so much for him if he's so unfaithful or not loyal.
Let me just say one thing, because I consistently tell her, because she tells me that she loves me, right? But I say it's impossible for you to love me if you don't love yourself.
And I knew
you
you were
have
going
to
to go
love
that.
yourself first.
And I do love myself. But here's my answer.
That both of you have very antiquated views of looking at a relationship. So the first thing I would tell you is that you both got to throw that out the window. The man you talk to and listen to and love should be open enough and respect you enough to say, hey, I can have a conversation about where I'm going. You should never feel like you have to beg a man to be honest and transparent with you. Never. Never. You don't want to be in an open relationship because you're not fully loving yourself and understanding what you need. And vice versa. If you want an open relationship, brother, I respect that. But now you're taking a woman who has shown you she loves you, has been there for you, and now you actually are the one that's manipulating her feelings to get what you want.
And then here, finally, we get to this part where I'm like, ooh, and now I'm listening to her, and she sounds like she doesn't want to let him go. Like, just actually, like, she's like, oh my God, I love him. I need him in my life. She sounds like she needs him more than he's supposed to need her. And so they're both kind of just really projecting this weird shit. Basically, he's trying to make her feel like she's trying to make him codependent when she's honestly just flat out making it obvious she's codependent on his love. But he doesn't want her to be like that because he's being honest about how polyamorous he is. And she's trying to make it seem like she's willing to trust him or work through this or compromise with him, but she'll never be okay with him being open if she already gained feelings for him. And her trying to make excuses and acceptances for things that she's not okay with is only gonna keep hurting her more, and she's gonna just basically have him but not have him. It would just be like pointless to have access to someone like that or be around someone like that, because you basically have a shell of them and not actually them, basically. So I don't know, some people care too much about the actual surface of having someone or like needing someone, like on some like from their core, but that's an inside job for people to do. And you can't ask Karamo or ask the church or ask a therapist, anybody under the sun outside of yourself, how to trust somebody more or trust somebody at all. It's like if you can't or don't, there's no way to make yourself look like you do when you just simply don't. You can try to make a red cup look like a blue cup if you put blue paper over it, but you're not going to be able to call it a blue cup because it has blue paper around it and it's covering the red. It's still a red cup that looks blue. So asking Karamo to trust more and give you tips on how to trust more, and you're at his studio to unlock your man's phone or somebody that you really, really like's phone, you're too far gone into like not trusting because you need so badly to know, need so badly to see something that you already know you don't have, which is trust. And then that would just be horrible to be in a relationship with someone with no trust, whether y'all have done open relationship shit or not, because it's really at the end of the day, that's all that's required is trust. And then communication, yeah, but really trust, because communication is feeble these days. I don't want to be like I don't want to sound so crude when I say some stuff like this, because I'm just so blunt and real about stuff. And then also, I do have like a vision of like one day possibly being like with someone. I just don't put too much pressure on it right now because I can see how the world is going with like the way shit is going. And you can tell when somebody actually likes you. It's not about what they're doing for you or what they bring to you, or like what like the tangible things, and like they're not supposed to feel like your mom or your dad, really, honestly. They're supposed to feel like they're on the same page as you. So if somebody wants to live a fairy tale life, let them hop on their fairy tale book and go to the fairy tale page with that fairy tale ass. That fairy tale ass nigga. And don't try to crush somebody's dreams because you woke the fuck up and stayed up and your eyes bloodshot red and you don't like to dream and be nice and sweet and loving. But it's cool. You don't have to be a simp. Nobody is born being a simp. You choose to be that way. But if you want to be, you can, or you can leave the simpy girls for the simpy guys. And there's no way to make yourself or make someone look like something that you or they are not. There's no way to be someone or something that you're not unless you have no sense. Or you choose to be with someone or somewhere where you know y'all are not on the same page. It would really be embarrassing, not because you fell for tricks, but because if you know what you know and you feel how you feel, there should be no need for extra evidence and things that come out anyway and are told and showed anyway. It doesn't take that much to drop the fucking rope. It doesn't take much to be the type of person you want to be around the type of people you want to be that type of person around. And it doesn't mean, you get disrespectful or make people feel like they're wrong or weird for what they like or what they want. Because some people's dream is another person's nightmare. And that's just different sides of the fence. The grass is green where you water it. There's no fairy tale life is better than quote unquote real life, because what you make your life what you want to make it, basically. Like, you don't make your truth the truth. It's just your truth, unless you're simply stating facts without emotionally driven responses or like details and things that have nothing to do with like actual points. Yeah, you can't change somebody. You can't make somebody someone that they don't want to be. Even if you're the perfect person and you would be someone that catches their eye, or you would be somebody that you see yourself with, or they see themselves with, or if you do everything that you're supposed to do for them or with them, you can be the perfect wife to somebody or the perfect husband to someone that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Or not even about marriage or this or that. It's just the principle. It really is. It's like someone wanting to change or be the type of person that they can be to fit in your life is really contingent on their choices of how to go about their life and who's in their life and what they want to do with their life. You have to like meet somebody in the middle. Like, you can't chase the potential in someone or change in someone that's not there, because it's just in your mind, basically. Just don't force things. Like, try to see and hear people out and see who they are, and you can care and understand why people are the way they are, but you don't have to succumb or settle or stick with things that you know just don't click with you, so that you don't hurt your feelings later down the line wondering where you went wrong when you could have listened really early. Well, listen to yourself really earlier. Not abandon your dignity for the sake of having.
Unfortunately, though you need to heal, you have been upfront. So this is a you problem at this point, where you have to find the self-esteem. He is not going to give you what you're looking for. He's not going to give it. And I know that hurts to say, but I'm going to be real. I know you're not leaving this relationship. So again, I've asked you, the thing you should do, is she deserves for you to be able to communicate. She deserves to question. She deserves these things. And if you really love her, you'll give her those things. And so if he's not giving that security, hopefully you'll be like, you know what, Karamo said, I deserve this. And hopefully that can be a reminder to move on and to start to grow. I wish you the best of luck.